We have not filmed together in so long.
Yeah, it's been a while. We're parents now, apparently. We kind of thought today that we'd just come in here and tell you some of the things we've learned. Might talk about my view of the birth experience that I went through with you.
Answer some questions maybe. I just asked on Instagram if you guys had any questions for us together.
So I guess we go back to when Shannon first got pregnant. So it turns out that it took quite a few months, didn't it?
Like 6 months maybe.
Yeah, about 6 months.
Since after our wedding, so.
We kind of did everything as well. Like we got married and then we had a kid. It all kind of worked out in order. Now we're building another
a house. But that turns out to be very stressful while you're new parents as well. Sleep deprivation and trying to make choices and How did you feel when I told you I was pregnant?
I was nervous. I was excited, but I was actually really nervous because I didn't know if I could be a dad or whatnot. Be a good parent.
A good dad, you mean?
Yeah, a good dad. I was freaking out a little bit. There's lots you have to think about, like how you're going to afford to pay for them to grow up. You know, are you going to be a good parent? Are you going to do things right? I mean, we've grown up on YouTube and we used to like party and drink and do all these things, and then we used to hang out, and now it's like adulty type stuff.
Yeah. We still have fun.
Yeah, we do, but we've just kind of dialed it back a bit.
The pandemic helped.
Yeah. Well, we were travelling a lot. We were going overseas on all these brand trips and doing all this sort of stuff, and then when that hit, that pandemic, it just stopped completely.
Yeah.
And we kind of decided that...
It like forced us to slow down.
We've done things like Tomorrowland EDC and all that, so I feel like it kind of worked out good.
Yeah. Yeah, we've like definitely got a lot of experiences under our belt and like fun, like we've done a lot of things that we always wanted to do in our lifetime as well.
And we've gone to some really cool places, like we went to the Maldives and all that and did all of these cool things, so now's a perfect time. It's going to be a little bit weird though, travelling with a baby, right?
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that right now, that scares me. If you have any tips, let us know.
There's heaps of our friends that have travelled or people we know, and it seems like whoever's come back to New Zealand has got COVID.
Like on the flights, at the airports, like they just catch it every time. We haven't got it yet.
Nah.
Almost all of our friends have had it, I think.
Yeah.
Almost.
I think so. Oh, have they?
Almost. Pause 1 second. The baby is waking up. I need to go get him. He's just been having a nap. He didn't have a very long one though. He's been sleeping a bit funny lately. He's 3 months old today as we're filming this.
Yeah.
Hey.
And him and I are going swimming on Friday, so it'll be our first swim together. A little bit nervous, but he should be good.
I'm so excited.
You're going to film it, right?
Yeah. We'll vlog it.
I kind of got real paranoid though, because apparently when you go to the swim to do these swims, you have to do that like introducing yourself thing.
Like songs.
You know, you have to introduce yourself. The
singing
stuff.
This is boy.
I'm not looking forward to that. And it's going to be like mums everywhere and there'll be me, I reckon.
No, there'll be dads.
You reckon?
100%.
He's got his second round of vaccination next week. Who does he look more like, Shannon or me?
He's got my cheeks.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Oh, this is Mr. Face, you scratched your face.
There's
He's laughing.
What's your the reason why I pulled him up here is I was going to say, what's your trick to make him laugh?
What?
No, what? No, you mean to wait. What do you do when you're changing him to make him laugh?
I tickle his tummy and I go beep boop beep boop beep 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 boop beep boop 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 beep boop bring 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 bring.
Is it working?
No, not right now.
No? It's not going to work. And I do this thing where I can sneeze at him and he'll start laughing. Or you talk like a Sims character.
Yeah.
Yeah, works every time.
It's like what you do to the dogs to wind up the dogs.
He's being tame about it. Told you. He's in his little sleep outfit. He used to be swaddled.
We started to try and transition him. Sorry, this video is all over the place, but who cares? But he didn't like being transitioned. He actually sleeps better with just no swaddled cold turkey. Hey! Yeah, because you're a big boy now. 3 months old. He's not rolling yet. He's showing signs he wants to roll, but he's just started getting shitty every time we put him in the swaddle, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the birth experience was pretty full on. We thought it would be a little more relaxed and like straightforward.
Well, we're thinking movies.
Yeah,
which is not like the movies.
That's the only thing we've ever seen, right? I haven't gone to a birth and sat through the actual real birth. All I've seen is like Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds stupid. We read stuff about it, but we didn't think it'd be as full on as it was.
You know what? I'm glad we watched those antenatal classes though, because a lot of the things that went on that were relevant, like to do with the Foley balloon and induction and all that.
Yeah.
Otherwise I never would have heard of it.
But yeah, Shannon was in, she's obviously told you everything that happened.
Yeah, I'll link my birth story video down below. If you haven't seen that, maybe watch that and come back to this one.
But yeah, it was very full on. You had to stay there for multiple nights.
Yeah.
She had to go in early, get all these scans all the time, which took like 4 hours long.
Yeah.
But yeah, when the birth was approaching, I remember it because what was on? EDC was on.
Yeah.
While we were waiting for Shannon to fully dilate.
And go into labour, yeah.
You kind of just sit there and you're just kind of looking at each other, just talking, and it gets to a point where you're like, all right, we'll just chill out and do something, like read a book or something.
Yeah.
While we wait for it to happen. So I was watching a set in EDC.
Millennium, so good.
That's right.
One of our favourites. Hey.
And when it finally happened, it was full on. Like I was planning to film everything, and I wanted to get like the whole experience, but I just started tuning out. Like it's like nothing I've been through before. It's so intense.
Yeah.
You get real. I was like real worried about you because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then you get worried about him. Okay.
It can be a little bit hard to talk about something.
Yeah. We got real worried just about the whole thing, and I wanted to like try and film Shannon's true experience, but it just got too full on. We had to sort of put the camera down, and then there were lots of doctors in the room, eh? Oh, there was just
all of a sudden.
not just doctors, sorry, there was nurses, everyone's like 5 or 6 people. Shannon was trying to push by herself, she'd been pushing for like 2 hours, you're exhausted. The balloon experience that you'll hear about in the other video was like pretty traumatizing even for me. They said it wouldn't hurt, and then Shannon was like screaming the whole night.
Some people on my
not
video,
the whole night, but like for an hour or so.
some people on that video said, yeah, I had it, didn't hurt, and then others had the same experience as me, so I don't really know. Like, obviously everyone's just very different.
Yeah, it was just full on, and it was nothing like I expected, nothing like I'd seen in the movies.
Yeah.
It was quite a long experience. I thought it was going to be 24, 48, but it was like 3 or 4 days, eh?
We felt like we were in hospital for ages. Like, we were both so, like, what's the word, burnt out?
Yeah,
Just from being in there and, like, not having any fresh air, not, you know, just being in there and just, I don't know, it's, you know what it's like, I guess, if you've been in a similar situation. It's just not a great place to be, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty depressing in there. It's like the vibe, the feel, the no windows, the constantly like worrying about stuff.
Waiting.
I think it made it worse for us being in there, eh?
Yep, we felt way better, both of us, when we got home.
Every time we left as well, like when we were allowed to leave during labour, or at any point we were allowed to just go out for like an hour or whatever, I felt so much better.
Yeah.
And
even if we were just driving around the car, like in between doses of medication and stuff, every now and then they said we could go for a little drive, or in between his feeds once he was born, we could go for a little drive. Is that yum?
He's watching you while you're talking.
Is that yummy?
And sucking his hand. Oh, is that a good hand?
Yummy.
Nice.
Got the full-on mum voice now. But yeah, like just even going for a drive, like we felt so much better. I just remember crying constantly.
Yeah, that wasn't ideal
It was
because
just
I could leave
draining.
as well and you couldn't.
Yeah.
And that made
But
it
you
even
didn't
harder.
really leave that much. You left like the very first day I was induced.
Yeah.
But I told you to. And then other than that, you were kind of with me the whole time.
Well, the reason I came home was because we got the dogs here too, and they were going to be at home alone for like an extended period of time. So I went home for the first night because you pretty much weren't going to go into labour, they said, eh?
We did have some, just to be clear, because someone will come at us, we did have someone coming at night time and staying overnight with the dogs. But, you know, during the day, they were just by themselves that day.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah. It's still, you still worry about them. They're like your first kids before your real kid.
Yeah.
And now we've got like, it feels like 3 kids. It's so full on with 2
It's so
dogs.
full on.
If you don't get a pet, if you're having a baby after the fact, straight away, it's just full on.
Yeah.
Like, imagine having a puppy straight after you had a baby.
Absolutely not.
Going back to the birth experience, all of that happened. Shannon was pushing for like, what was that, an hour and a bit, 2 hours almost.
Mm-hmm.
And then it all of a sudden got real full on, and everyone came in and he had to be pulled out with the suction cup.
Yeah, they came in. Well, they say because I had my eyes shut like the whole time. Like, not the whole time, but like for like an hour, you know, when it was getting exhausting and everything. And I just remember one of the doctors came in and she said that, you know, they were going to do the Kiwi cup, is that what it's called? The suction Kiwi cup thing. And she said, we're going to give you an episiotomy, like, is that okay? And I just remember opening my eyes and I was kind of like, yep, like, what are you going to do about it? Like, you're not going to be like, no. Well, you know, you can say no, but I was like, I want him out safely. I was like doing for like weeks beforehand, doing all the
the stretches,
the perennial massages, the oil.
That's interesting.
Nothing mattered. It didn't help. I was drinking the tea, I was eating the dates. Didn't matter.
Didn't matter. We've kind of figured the vibe. It comes kind of down to genetics, right?
A lot of
the
it,
stuff.
Yeah, I reckon.
Whether it's stretch marks or any of that stuff.
Yeah. And that everyone says the second child is like much easier because like your cervix is, you know, I don't really know specifically medically, but it's stretchier or...
Oh, you're playing up for the camera.
See, look, I look at him now, I'm like, I could have another one, but this is by far the hardest thing we've ever done in our life.
No, we've done these things at night where we're like, have these terrible nights of just no sleep, and I wake up, I'm like, never again. And then it's quite funny because he starts smiling and like laughing and you forget everything. Do you reckon?
I reckon literally as soon as I cuddle him in the morning, like the whole night before. Nice. Yeah, the whole night before is just a blur and I don't really think about how shit it felt at the time. But he's happy. He's doing great overnight. He sleeps, he eats, he doesn't cry too much unless we were swaddling him. But it's just that he wakes up quite frequently. It is what it is.
All the single mums out there, all the single mums, I don't know how you do it. It's crazy. Even with Shannon and I, it's exhausting.
It's like a huge team effort.
How you do it, yeah.
We both pull our weight with him and like try to give each other like moments of just, you know, not having the baby on them and blah blah blah. But it's really hard. I feel like we never even hug anymore. Like I gave you a hug this morning and I was like, I feel like I haven't had a hug in like 2 weeks.
You've got like dogs or the baby or something. It's just, you got to remember to stop.
This baby is learning to blow raspberries and he thinks it's so funny to dribble everywhere now, don't you?
So Shannon, anyway, all that happened, suction cup, got him out. I'd never seen anything like that happen before, and he comes out and then they were like, oh, we need to take him off to neonates. We didn't expect that to happen, and that was traumatizing. I was just like, oh my, this is serious. And
me and Hamish had already discussed before, like, you know, our birth, or my birth, that if he was to go anywhere, then Hamish would go with him, obviously. So that happened, and that was really hard still. Like, it's obviously easy to say, but the reality, like, he saw me, like, you know, in pain and going through all that, and he just immediately had to leave with Porter. We didn't have to, but that's what we both wanted. But it still made it hard.
Yeah, that was hard, but just had to.
Just had to.
You had all the nurses and that there.
And I preferred that because I wanted to make sure that he was all good, you know?
I went downstairs, Shannon was getting fixed up by the doctors, and then when I went downstairs, it's quite full on. I've never been in a real serious situation where everyone's asking you questions and you're signing forms and you don't really know what's going on, you know what I mean? So I just had to sit down and try and work through it, and then that night they got a drip in his hand and they kind of said to me, oh yeah, he's all good, we just need to monitor him for internal bleeding. And so I just slept the night down there. Shannon went up to the room and she had to sleep in there. You weren't allowed to come in, eh?
I was able to come visit him quickly, and then they were like, alright, you're gonna go have some sleep now. I guess I was like, you know, obviously the whole thing was exhausting, and they were like, time to go to sleep. They expressed some colostrum off me for him and stitched me up, and I was kind of just wheeled off to like have a proper sleep then. Yeah,
I slept with him that night. I was just in a chair next to him, and then in the morning the people in neonates kind of taught me how to change a nappy, and I just like went head first into all of that and just was like, I got to do this. So I learned through them, which was really good and amazing.
Yeah, by the time I was like up and walking and everything, Hamish was like, I'll show you how to change the nappy.
It wasn't too bad. Finally, the next morning I got to put like my hand inside the box and he like grabbed it. Yeah. I
love that photo. I still got it on.
I've got the video on my camera. I should give it to you. But he actually like grabbed my finger and stuff, and that was real like, oh my god. So, yeah.
One sec, let's just take him out just because he's going to get all wet with dribble. You're going to get all wet with dribbles. Cheekies. Say hi.
This boy's chunky. I'm going to hold him. I'm not holding his neck, I'm just holding his cheeks. Just so I can hold him up. He's fine. So we went through all of that, but then I really like sat down while I was in neonates and I looked around at all the other babies that were in really, you know, a lot more serious situations.
They were like younger, smaller, you know, like premature babies, basically most of them were.
And so I had to stop and be like, at least Porter's getting the best help possible, even though we didn't want to be in there. I'm like, you know, we're not in a super serious situation, and you kind of felt for all the other people that were in there, eh?
Yeah.
Especially, it was real eye-opening when I was in there for a few days, and you would see other couples have their babies and then get like rushed down.
Exactly what happened to us. We'd see other people, we'd see other dads that would react the same as you.
Yeah.
We'd see other mums that would be bewildered just the way I was.
And it was just like, you can see they had the same look that I had, and I was just thinking, yeah, I know what's up. But I didn't say anything. We gifted the neonatal unit some stuff for saying thank you.
They gave them to some, like, you know, families and things.
That's cool. But he's all healthy and at home now and eats too much, hey? Look at this double chin. We're trying to turn into a triple chin.
He's taken after me.
Chopped stomach.
Look at you.
So what would be some tips that you can think of?
Swaddling, first of all.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't really get the whole swaddling thing at first. Obviously, babies like to feel nice and tight like they were in your womb. At first, like, we weren't too good at, like, swaddling him before he'd go for a nap, but I think as soon as we started swaddling him every single time it was nap time, he would like know that it was nap time. It'd feel safer, he'd fall asleep better.
Yeah.
And also wake windows, that's been a huge one.
What's that one?
Wake windows are, you know how I say he needs to be in bed every hour to hour and 45 minutes, somewhere in there. It kind of varies, it depends how active he is on his like wake time, if he's playing or if he's just chilling. But usually about every hour 15 minutes or so. Even if he doesn't seem tired, you literally wrap him up and he starts yawning and he goes to sleep.
It's not that simple though. He'll scream for
Sometimes.
a good 2 minutes. Because
No, that's more lately with the swaddle. That's what we're saying at the start. So now we're trying the no swaddle.
No, but when you go to put him to bed, he pretends like he doesn't want to because he's so tired. He'll start
He
flailing.
gets overtired. He starts... that's
so
like a sign that they're
sure
overtired. When they start like flailing, they start yawning, they start like crying. Like it's almost like you've left it a bit too long.
Yeah.
Which we're so guilty of a lot because it's easy to do.
At the start, we just kind of held him to keep him happy the whole time. But then we realised if you put him down and you keep to like the sleep patterns, it's so much better. He's so much happier. And then and then you don't constantly have him on you.
Because otherwise we would literally be up till like midnight with him. Whereas as soon as we started doing the wake windows, he'd actually go for like a long sleep at night. I don't know. It just helped a lot. You can literally just like Google search wake windows for like the age of your baby. And I guess like when they're like newborns, it doesn't really matter. You kind of follow them.
Stop putting your head. He's trying to put his head forward constantly, so I've got to hold it back. He's like, yeah, I'm going to sit forward. But yeah, the biggest thing is putting them down for sleeps, not getting too attached, having them on you at all times. It gets exhausting. Sorry, he just wanted to feed. So our other tips would be, if you get a chance, go out for a walk with them. They usually like it.
Yeah, and it's good for you. The fresh air helps, Sometimes it's just nice like getting out of the house.
I don't even know if we have any more tips.
You're like, let's film a video about our tips, and you're like,
what do we do with them?
Oh, one of our things that's our favourite thing is having a change table. So many people told us we didn't need a change table and that we wouldn't use it, and it's literally our favourite friggin' thing. We use it every time. And when we went to the beach house, we set up a new change table. Yeah. And he loves it. He loves having his nappy changed. Lots of babies seem to not like it.
Really?
Yeah, Sally was telling me her friend's baby doesn't really like being, changed. Hopefully.
He loves it. He has the best times on the change table.
And like we play with him and we make it like a fun experience for him.
Yeah, I always sing him lots of remixes.
Yeah.
Like I remix every song with his name in it. So. Yeah. And we love his name, mate. We picked it together in the end, so it's really good.
He's being naughty. He's like sucking on my boob and he's like...
But I guess we don't have many tips, sorry. That was kind of the experience of what happened. And we're really...
I know you're showing off.
And even though it gets hard, we're pretty happy. No, we're not pretty happy. We're real happy.
We're real happy. He's like literally the coolest little man. It's like the cliche everyone's like, it's the hardest thing you ever do, but it's the most rewarding thing you'll ever do. Like, I get it. Like
it's exhausting still.
It's so exhausting, but you do feel really proud when you like look at them and you cuddle them, and it's really cool.
It is cool. We're just looking at some of the questions that are here going through, and we'll see if we can answer some of them. How has your relationship changed, if any?
We get shittier at each other quicker because we're both tired. It's not even that we're like actually angry at each other, we're just tired.
I just get frustrated sometimes. Like, for example, if Shannon, like, he's screaming at me and Shannon's trying to talk to me, I'm like, you're kidding, right? I can't hear you. And I just got like a bit more of a short fuse where I'm just like, I can't hear you.
But once again, it's the tiredness, I think. It's the exhaustion. So, like, your fuse is so short.
The biggest thing for us with our relationship is it's quite full on now because at the moment we've got like a baby and, like I said, the dogs and looking after Porter and learning about that, and then this whole new house build during a pandemic.
Yep.
Like it's been real stressful, but in a good. I think after this year or after the next 9 months or whatever, when everything's done, it'll be like really nice and.
Yeah, it's all going to be worth it, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not nice, but it'll be nice to be less stressed because on top of that too, we've got 2 businesses that are running. Thank God we've got Kelly. And we're starting another new business soon. And so...
we haven't mentioned that yet, but there you go.
Yeah, it's just like... Sorry, I'm all hunched over. It's just constant with people talking to you and then doing all these projects. So yeah, we haven't really had a chance to go out and just go on a date or anything yet, or go to the movies like we used to.
Oh, big bit.
So we haven't, it's really just about Porter at the moment. Once he gets comfortable, and once he's a bit older and when Shannon's comfortable, we're hoping we can go out every now and then and leave him with Mum.
Just do things just us two.
Yeah, because right now, even when we go to like lunches, it's always looking down and like, oh, is he alive? Is he okay?
Yeah, of course.
You know, so the relationship, I don't think it's changed heaps, but it's a challenge with like distributing time,
Yeah, it's just, that's it.
Yeah.
Finding time for each other.
And then sometimes when I get real busy, like I'll be on my phone like doing some sort of work and it looks like I'm ignoring Shannon, but I'm just like trying to find a moment to like, do something. But I make you breakfast and all that and try and help out where I can,
yeah, you're
right?
Amazing. This one where someone said, what's the best parenting advice someone gave you? I think it's actually something that we saw on TikTok, and it was this like elderly lady, and she said, stop saying like, oh, it'll be good when.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We forget that, like we've literally forgotten that just filming this, but she says like, stop looking forward to like the future. Like, I can't wait till he can talk, and I can't wait till he can walk, and I can't wait till he goes to school. Because like otherwise you're always just focusing on the future. Like, enjoy them now, even when it's really hard. Like, they're only like this little for one time in their life.
That's
and already
right.
I look back to like when he was first born, I'm like, oh my god, he's gotten so big. Like, he's 3 months old already, and I'm like, this whole time I've always been like, oh my god, I can't wait till he's like a bit older and he sleeps better and blah.
Yeah. And
you can't say that because you don't even know. Like, he sleeps worse now than he did when he was like little.
And then, this is another thing. It'll get real good with sleeping for like a night, and then the next night will be just a disaster. So you'll be like, oh my gosh, it's finally good. And boom, you'll go straight down back to the ground again.
Just reality. Like, if you guys are in the same boat, like this, we're just keeping it real.
How do we share the load in parenting?
Obviously I'm breastfeeding, so I do that, but I also express milk, so Hamish helps with bottles. If I need to film, or I want to film, or I need to do something for myself, Hamish can take him and he can give him a bottle. Look at you dribbling.
I look after, so if Shannon's got important like filming stuff to do, I'll just work from home and then I'll look after him, pretty much just looking after him. And then I change diapers.
We both change nappies, we both put him down like to bed, we both get up in the night, we do everything together really.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's nothing that, like, Hamish has never just been like, off you go, you're good. Like, every now and then I'll look after him overnight by myself if I've got the energy, but if I need help I just tell Hamish, I'm like, I need some help, and he'll just get up and help me.
The main reason you would look after him by yourself is if I don't wake up,
Yeah.
Sometimes...
No, but sometimes you don't wake up, and if I'm okay, then I'll just let you sleep, because that's important.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if I need help, if I'm really tired and I'm just like, I just really need a hand, I'll just say, Hamish, I need a hand, and he gets up.
Look at his chin shelf. He gets a shelf chin going on. If he like presses it down into his chest, it's just like a solid shelf.
This is why I normally tie my hair up.
How did we choose the name Porter?
One of our favourite music producers.
Yeah. Well, it started with that, but then we went through some names and we just felt like it fit.
Yeah.
It wasn't really just...
We always loved it. No, it wasn't just because of that, but that's where we first heard it. He's one of our favourites. We've seen him live together a couple times. We've always like loved that music ever since like the start of our relationship.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just fit. What's your favourite thing Porter currently does? Giggles and laughs and smiles.
No,
Hands
opens
down.
his mouth, he's like, ah. Like
He started sticking out his tongue now, and he like blows raspberries, and he's like experimenting with his body. Like he'll like clasp like this.
Oh, what about his
Clasp.
hands? His little hands.
Little
where,
old man.
he'll,
He's like, does this.
Yeah. Oh, and this week he's decided that he's found his like mouth, and sometimes he'll like suck an ear, and he'll go, and you have like this heart attack, eh? But he's just trying to like inhale air through his mouth.
Yeah.
Because they only breathe through their nose, apparently.
Yeah. Nicknames for Porter. I call him Porty Puddin' and Pie.
Yeah.
And I call him Porty.
Yeah,
Honey boy.
Anything
is what
with port, I call him port.
Yeah.
Sometimes I call them Tawny and Ruby, because like those are the two types of port drink. Port man,
Yeah, Portman.
Postman Port. There's heaps.
Do you guys have an au pair to help? I wish.
What is that?
It's like a nanny situation.
That'd be the dream.
Honestly, if you guys have nannies, like, go you. Honestly. I'd actually have one, but I'd have trust issues.
Yeah.
We'll answer one last question.
Okay.
Because he is getting grumpy.
He's getting over this. He had fun at the start though.
Yeah, he did. He probably just wants some more milk, but he probably wants to sit comfy. Have you wished to have your lives private since having Porter, or do you regret being so well known? Nah.
No, we're not.
I
I don't think we're even very well known anymore.
Nah. Like,
no one really. Says
everyone's
anything.
grown up with me, I think. Like, my viewers have grown up with me.
Yeah.
I don't have young viewers. If you look at my analytics, is that how you say that word? I don't know.
What do you say? Analytics.
Yeah.
Is it analytics? Not analytics. Don't put
Analytics?
that in. Do not put that in.
I will put that in.
Buffet.
Anyways.
Buffet? Okay.
Like, literally, my under 24 or whatever it is only like 3%. Like, my viewers are like 24 to like 40s. I've got like the best age viewers. Like, people respect our privacy. People, yeah.
I just don't
people
think
are really good.
they don't stop us or anything anymore. It's just like we're just.
Everyone's been there, done that. I've been doing this for like 12 years or something. And everyone's been really good about him. We've not had anyone being invasive.
Nah.
No one in real life being invasive. Everyone's really respectful, and that's all we could ask for.
And anyway, it's like it's our fault for putting ourselves online originally, right?
Yeah.
Like, we
What are you gonna
really-
do about it?
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
is
I
what it
could
is.
stop doing YouTube, but I don't wish to do that.
Nah.
And
No, you like
yeah.
it too much.
And I share what I want about Porter as well. Like, you know, there's some things I wouldn't share, some things I do share, and like in the future, you know, I'll choose what I want to share.
Yeah.
And people will respect that, I'm sure. So that's that.
Yes.
Alright, we're
Cool.
gonna go now. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's nice having Hamy on my channel again.
Yes.
By the way,
and
that's
all.
it. Whenever I write Hame on my stories, H-A-M, Hame. People always think I'm saying ham. They're like, what do you mean ham? But I'm saying Hame.
Yeah. H-A-M.
Hame. Hamish. Hame.
H-A-M-E. Hamy.
Hamy.
Oh no, don't do that.
Hamy.
Sorry, the video was a little unorganised. We have another video that we're going to film. This is going to be good.
Not now though. I'm tired.
Yeah, we will.
Next
It'll
week.
be good. It'll be good. You're going to like it. Interesting.
Something that happened a couple years ago that was the worst.
Wow, not
Story time. A story time. So
Yeah.
stay tuned. I'll have that up like in a couple of weeks. So
How do I hold him up? I don't. He keeps putting his head forward.
yeah, he wants to go sit down.
Ah.
Want to go sit on the ground and play?
Okay.
Alright. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.